Hey everyone, it's Y again, and in this video I want to take a closer look at the new custom game options for ODST Firefight on MCC. But before we dive into those new options, let's take a look at the original options from the 360 version. The options we had back then were pretty bare bones compared to what we have now. You could choose your skulls, which was between the blind, cowbell, grunt birthday party, and I would have been your daddy skull. If we jump ahead real quick to MCC, we'll see that all four of those skulls are also a toggleable option. And of course, you could change your difficulty from easy, normal, heroic, or legendary, which also applies to the MCC version as well. And that's about all the customization we had back in the day for ODST. Now let's see what MCC brings to the table. The Firefight custom settings is divided into three parts: general settings, weapons and vehicles, and firefight settings. In the general settings, we can customize the time limit, as well as fine-tune the player traits, which should look familiar since these kind of settings are available in Halo 3. In addition, there's also an option under grenade regeneration called Enable MCC, which allows not only your grenades to regenerate, but also your firebomb grenades as well. Along with that option, there's the regular Enable, which regenerates all your grenades excluding the firebomb grenades. 343 has also brought over the Halo 3 battle rifle as either a starting primary or secondary weapon. There's an instant kill setting that you can toggle on in the damage modifier, along with the different percentage options as well. A fun option to toggle on is the bottomless clip under the infinite ammo setting. This lets you continue to fire your weapon without the need to worry about ammo or reloading. You can also adjust the player movement through the player's speed, gravity, and vehicle use toggles. With these settings, you can change it so your player both moves fast and jumps high.
Triple kill.
And for the final player traits options is the appearance. And here you can adjust the active camo, waypoint, and voice color of the characters. Looking over at the respawn settings, you'll see there's a variety of options as well. Things like respawn time, suicide penalty, betrayal penalty, and then you can even go as far as advanced respawn settings, where you'll find the respawn traits. And what these are temporary traits applied to a player after they respawn from death. You can choose how long these traits last and what the actual traits are. There's also a toggle for friendly fire and betrayal booting as well. Taking a look at the next option, which is weapons and vehicles, we see that we now have a handful of options for vehicle sets. There was no setting for this back on the original ODST, which meant whatever vehicle was placed on the map by default was always going to be there. This new setting allows us to choose which vehicle we want to spawn in the map, assuming that the map spawns a vehicle at the start of the match. We can choose from the map default, Scorpion Tank, the Hornet, which was never actually in ODST, so that was also brought over from Halo 3, the Anti-Air Wraith, which again was never drivable in ODST, and lastly, the Gauss Warthog. If you'd rather not have vehicles, there's also an option for no vehicles. And if you want the vehicles to be indestructible, there's a toggle for that. And for the last section of settings, we have the Firefight settings. These settings, as the name implies, let you change different aspects of the firefight match. Things like wave limit, starting lives, your maximum extra lives, and as I mentioned earlier, those 4 different skulls you can toggle on and off. To make things convenient, the game comes with a number of pre-made custom game types, which you can also edit if you want. And that'll do it. As you can see, ODST Firefight on MCC has a lot more features than the original version. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.